What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm just gonna go ahead and warn you right now, this is a talking video with lots of cutscenes, so if you don't like talking videos, then the hell with you, turn it. No, I'm just kidding. No, guys, like, seriously, I get a ton of email and DMs and all various manner of communication about people that have never owned a foxbody, that, you know, have, like, watched the channel, or they've got a friend or a neighbor or somewhere on TV or whatever. They saw a foxbody, they thought it was super cool, and, you know, they're kind of thinking, well, maybe I want one, you know, like, that looks like a fun car, that might be me. And they come from all walks of life and all manner of car. And when I say all manner of car, there are different categories of guys. There's Mustang guys, there's just basic car guys, there's Chevy guys, there's Ford guys, there's Mopar guys, all these, you know, different brands, different, you know, generations of cars. You can divide it any way you want. But, so I wanted to do this video and help you kind of decide and be ready for, if you're new or wanting to get into the Fox game and you've never been in it before, is the foxbody right for you? That's what we're going to cover. All right, so let's kind of dive into this. If you're somewhat new to the Mustang game, and maybe you've had an S197, maybe you've had an S550 like I'm in now, something like that, and you know, you're kind of into Mustang culture a little bit, like on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, stuff like that, and you know, fox bodies keep popping up, and you're like, man, those are really cool cars. For somebody like that, my personal feeling is to say no, a fox body is probably not right for you, and I'm going to tell you why. A fox body is absolutely nothing like my S550. It's nothing like it, as far as comfort, as far as ride, as far as amenities. You know, fox bodies are old cars, and if you like all of the convenience, you like all the added features, the safety, the security, you know, being able to just jump in and you know, throw it and drive, or, you know, just cruise without any type of issues, then it's just not right for you. A fox body simply is not right for you. You will not like it. And I'm going to kind of get into that as this video goes along, but I'm just going to say on the front end, if you're coming from a newer Mustang and wanting to go back to an older one, you're not going to like it. You're just not. Okay, so let's kind of peel apart why I say that. And maybe you disagree with me. Maybe I'm totally off base and you'd love it. I'm just going from personal experience from you know, other Mustang guys that I've known, that because I'm such an avid fox body guy, they were like, maybe I'll try this fox body thing, and they hated it. They absolutely hated it. They hate it for the noise, the wind noise, the creaks, the groans, the harsh ride, the crappy brakes, the suspension that doesn't really do very well unless you put a lot of time and money into it. Door lock actuators that hardly ever work, you know, air that's probably hasn't worked in years, whining power steering, all of the fox body nuances that you're either going to have to fix, replace, or live with. You know, smelling like exhaust when you get out of the car. I mean, just all those little things that you don't have when you've got a newer, more refined car. You know, you're going to be annoyed by them. You're not going to like them. And it's going to make your driving experience, you know, less than enjoyable when you compare it to, you know, something more, you know, like newer and comfortable, if that's what you're used to. So don't take it the wrong way, but most guys that haven't cut their teeth on a fox body, they're not going to like it. I can't really say it any other way. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip the script a little bit, and I'm going to tell you some of the things that you will absolutely freaking love about a fox body. Number one is they're super lightweight. My car is $29.95. It's got air, it's got power steering, it's got a Coyote, it's got upgraded brakes. they're super light. Okay, that's number one. So you don't have to have as much power as you would in a newer, heavier car. The other thing that you're going to really love about them is they've got a lot of character, and when you drive a Foxbody, you can feel what it's doing. You can tell if it's starting to drift sideways, if it's getting out of shape. You can tell immediately because there's less BS, there's less heft, less weight, less electronics. You can really feel what the car's doing. I personally feel like I'm more in tune with a Foxbody because it is a driver's car. There's nothing to it. There's an engine, a transmission, rear end, wheels, and you driving it. So that's another thing that I absolutely love about it. And it's also what I'm used to. And maybe you can relate to that, maybe you can't. But I've had these cars basically since I could drive. Fox chassis, 4 5-liter powered vehicles in one form or another, basically since I could drive. And they're ultra simple to work on. There's parts everywhere for them that are pretty inexpensive, and then the chassis work on the drag strip, and you can make them work with a lot of money invested on a road course. And that's just a few of the things that I absolutely love about a Foxbody. But again, all of those, on the track, on a road course, stuff like that, the newer chassis are more refined, they are more rigid, and they are going to perform better out of the box. So, I mean, it's kind of a catch-22 when you are, trying to compare, a newer car to an older car. Again, going back to lightweight, it's going to be easier on parts than, a bigger, heavier car, as far as axles, transmissions, drive shafts, things like that. So, again, it really is, a personal preference thing. But I have to go back and say if you're used to newer cars, newer performance cars, going backwards, you're probably going to be unhappy. Another thing, guys, that I definitely have to bring up about Foxbodies is the simplicity of working on them. While you don't have a lot of the convenience items, the creature comforts, things like that, that also makes them a lot easier to work on, a lot less complicated to work on. Something that you can take apart and put back together in your in your garage or your driveway, your carport, or whatever. When something breaks on a Foxbody, you can just buy the replacement part and fix it. When you're talking about a newer car like this, it might have a module that goes out that you have to buy that's expensive, that you can't just install it. It has to be programmed or calibrated, or any number of different things that all these wonderful technological gadgets that are on newer cars have. Those also add complexity. They add weight, they add expense. They are nice to have, and especially when the cars are new and everything functions and works properly. But if you've ever gone to look at an old Cadillac or a Lincoln or something to buy, and they had all those fancy gadgets on them that none of them work, like the air ride suspension or the any number of different amenities that they had, that over time they cease to work anymore, and then the car just becomes a piece because all those things don't work and the car is basically worthless. So that's, again, the Foxbody doesn't have all that. It makes it more simple to work on, and it's less things to break. That's a huge plus. Alright, guys, so while I am on that subject of complexity and working on them and stuff like that, you also do have to consider the fact that these cars are extremely old. Foxbodies are, the newest one is 25 years old now, and you will be doing some work on it, or you will be paying somebody to work on it. If you're paying somebody to work on it, it's going to be expensive. And if you're doing the work yourself, that's cool. If you're a hands-on kind of guy, if you're handy with a Craftsman socket set, kind of know your way around the car a little bit, you'll be fine, because again, they're simple to work on, and bolting on parts like pulleys and headers and stuff like that. I mean, very, very few performance parts on a Foxbody Mustang require any kind of special tools. They don't require computer programming. I mean, you can actually bolt exhaust and cold air intakes without having to tune the car for yeah, be prepared to work on it. But also remember that working on your car is fun. That's part of it. You know, you get attached to, and you know, you build memories and you build experience by working on your own car. So it's not a bad thing. But you know, if you're one of those people that, you know, maybe that's not your thing, as far as working on cars, which is fine. Just be prepared that you're probably going to have to pay somebody, and you know, just think of that on the front end. You'll be fine. All right, guys. So I have talked, and again, I apologize. I warned you on the front end. This is going to be a talking video, but I wanted to answer these questions. I do try and read all the emails and the message and stuff. You know, a lot of times I just don't have the time to respond, and I apologize for that. It's just because of sheer volume. But I do read you guys' messages, and I appreciate you taking the time to send them. I hope this video was helpful. You know, if you're thinking about jumping the Foxbody game, you know, I hope this was helpful, and feel free to drop me another comment, and you know, with your questions. I do value them. I do read them. So please give me a big thumbs up if this was helpful. Smash that subscribe button, because we're going to be doing some work on my S550. We're going to be doing a lot more work on the Coyote Swap Foxbody. I mean, we're not even started yet. It's going to be epic. And I appreciate everybody's support. Catch you on the next upload.